Hi guys, Warpath here. I'm bringing you a new series here by the name of First Impressions. It's going to be my first impressions on certain games, the new releases, or just maybe all the titles that I choose to comment over really. And yeah, that's pretty much the basics of it. So this game here is, as you'll see in the background gameplay, Batman Arkham Origins, pretty new game, published by Warner Bros. This is the first game in the Batman Arkham series not to be published by Rocksteady. If you don't know who they are, they made Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. But yeah, it's a good studio that make it. So yeah, they made the game, and here it is now. So today I'm going to give you my first impressions on the game and just tell you overall really what I think of it. Just whether it's good, bad, or whether I recommend you should buy it based on first impressions. Remember, this is only first impressions, not a full review. I haven't completed the game. I haven't put 30 hours into the game. I've only put about 7 hours into the game. I think it is on my Steam profile. So don't take this as a full go-on conclusion as though, yeah, I should buy this game because he said that I should buy it. But that applies to every single game in the series that I do, unless if I say you should buy it, just hands down. But let's get on to the game now. So as you can see in the background, I'm playing as Deathstroke, part of the DLC pre-order. He feels different to Batman, which is good, and I think he's a pretty good character to play. He's a bit more slow, but he has different moves, and obviously he has his weapon and everything. It's just different to Batman. I think it's pretty cool. But anyway, let's get on to the main topic about whether I think this is good or not. So I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of Batman Arkham Origins and just say whether really I think you should buy it, or whether I think you should pass on it, maybe rent it, or just what my impression, that was such a cool move, or just like, yeah, just really whatever I think you should do with it. I'll just tell you my opinion, and then you can take whatever you take for my opinion. This is my first commentary as well, so I'm sorry if it's not the best, but it's my first commentary on this channel. I will promise you I'll continue to improve, and I'll put in a lot of work into and effort into my videos. But let's get on to the topic now. So the thing I love most about the Batman Arkham games is the gameplay. I just think the gameplay is the best in game, and I just can't see any other gameplay that matches it. It's so fluid. It feels so good each time you hit an enemy. The combat system, the dodge, it's just absolutely brilliant. I just think it's the best combat, and obviously they've kept that from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, which I'm glad they have, because I wouldn't have wanted them to change it. The voice acting as well, and just all the bosses, Batman himself, Alfred, they're just absolutely brilliant. I think the voice acting is really top quality. They have updated a few stuff, like they have gave you new gadgets to play around with. They've given you a new open world, like a bit like Arkham City, if you know that. Where you have the open world, they've given you a new like place to explore. So that's pretty good, and it's more Batman, which Arkham Asylum and Arkham City were great games. So more Batman's just welcome by most people, most likely. And then also there's not just a main story to do, there's multiplayer, which I'll get on to my cons, because I don't like multiplayer. But good thing is there's lots of side missions. There's a lot of side missions. So there's Riddler challenges, as you'll know from previous games, which are like puzzle based stuff. You have police missions where the police will say, oh, we need help getting these robbers, for example, then you get to choose whether you think, yeah, I'll go and help them, or you get to choose, no, you know, I just can't be bothered. And then also there's just various other missions, side missions. There's a lot of side missions, this is my point. It's really good, not just the main story to contend with. Now on to my cons for Batman Arkham Origins. I just personally feel like it's the same as Arkham City. I feel like it's an expansion to Arkham City, but with a new whole story. It's just Arkham City written over. Like I said, they have new gadgets and everything, but it's Arkham City just rings bells, everything about it, every single mission. You'll just, if someone told you it was an Arkham City mission, you wouldn't really say, oh, I bet it isn't. You could just tell it's so much different. It just is very similar, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but then again, if you were to recommend it as a new purchase, you'd have to say, well, maybe not, because unless if you really love the game, it hasn't really innovated much, unlike some series do innovate quite a lot on their sequels. Also, I think the multiplayer is unbalanced. Basically, how the multiplayer works is it's 3-on-3, and in the multiplayer, you play as either 3 members from the Joker. He's a character in Batman, or you play as one of 3 members from Bane's gang, who's another character in Batman. And if you don't play as them, you play as Batman or Robin. You've basically got to get as much kills as the other opponent and see who wins. That's basically how it works. It's like a massive team deathmatch. And you can have objective-based stuff, but it comes down to you got to kill them and everything. And if you're part of Joker's gun or Bane's gun, and then it's fine. I think the gunplay's solid. I think the cover mechanics are good. I think it's pretty good. But when it comes down to Batman and Robin, I think it's super unbalanced, personally. Plus the boss fights, I don't think are going to be remembered. I just think they're not even that good personally, in my honest opinion. I just don't think the boss fights are that good. So the multiplayer I would say is very unbalanced, with Batman and Robin have all their gadgets. It's really overpowered. But yeah, that's my first impressions. Please comment below and tell me what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.